Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. This is Dolphin and today guys we have a new video about My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. Today, I mean, there's been a lot of voices, a lot of I heard a lot. War Heroes missions characters are coming to the game, and probably that's true. So we're gonna have a look if actually they are good, if the banner is gonna be worth going for it. I know the banner right now is not super good. The VE Tower banner is not the best one, although I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Endeavor is actually one of the best units in the game right now, and so in that case it would be worth it just if you get Endeavor out of a few summons. Like Shigaraki is good, but he has too many conditions for his skills to be OP. The other Shigaraki is decent as well. Kaminari I don't think is the best unit in the game, just because it might stun all your units and none of the opponents. It's a bit of RNG, but yeah, it would have potential if it gets a buff or something. But yeah, beside that, we're gonna have a look at the War Heroes mission characters and see if they're actually good, if it's gonna be worth going for them for the banner. I know it's gonna be a limited time kind of banner, so it might not come back. So I know some people would like to complete the Pokédex anyway, even if the units are not that good. But we're gonna have a look at their skill. I checked them out already, so I know I know what they do. But we'll check them out right now and see if they're actually good. Guys, before we get into that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It is free and support the channel a whole lot. So if you can, please hit the sub button. It really helps. Alright, now let's get into it. Let's start from Midoriya and see what War Heroes mission Izuku Midoriya will do. Actually, alright, let's go for it. Plus Ultra skill, 700 damage, 700% damage to one enemy. That's a lot. Additional 40% if they're a villain. So that 40% extra, 40% is not bad on top of 700 especially, but if they're a villain. So, you know, it's hard to get because you don't decide what opponent are gonna be. Although eventually when you have a lot of units, you can actually change up your team. So if they're villain, you're probably gonna have units that do more damage on the villain. But yeah, it's always good to have extra damage here. That's not bad. 700% is a lot though already. Now, skill to inflict 300 damage to one enemy and damage based on speed. That's when damage is based on speed, it's good because it probably has a speed buff somehow, or you might even have a unit that's buff the speed anyway, so that would add the damage for Midoriya. Skill 1, inflict 350 to one enemy, increase speed by 30%, fill up Ultra Gauge by 20%. That's really good because you definitely gonna have to use this one first and then the Detroit Smash, so it does extra damage. So 30% speed buff and Ultra Gauge by 20%. That's pretty good as well. When HP is less than 50%, that's one of the passive. Auto skill, when HP is less than 50%, increase power by 40% and gain the grit. If you guys didn't know, grit is this. So HP will never go below 1. I think it lasts one turn. After that, unit is gonna be gone. So yeah, fill so they can kill it. The second passive, fill plus Ultra Gauge by 30% at the start of the battle. If you think about it, it has 30% here, and then it has 20% with skill 1, which is the skill that you're gonna use first. So it gets 50% out of the bat. So that's pretty good because the ultra skill does a lot of damage. So 30% Ultra Gauge. At the start of each wave, increase crit rate by 30% for 3 turns. It gets 30% crit rate. This guy has 700% already. It does get a buff, power buff here with the well, if the HP is low, so that's not gonna. Oh, I don't know. That might apply to the Plus Ultra. If they focus him, he gets 40% extra power. This is gonna do so much damage. It's gonna do so much damage, especially if he crits. If you manage to crit, that's gonna hurt. Okay, that's good. So that's what Midoriya does. I'm gonna go through all the units, and then we'll talk about what I think about them and if they're worth going for. Now, War Heroes mission Bakugo plus Ultra Skill is similar to Midoriya, so has 700% damage to an enemy and 40% extra damage if enemy has crit rate debuff. And that's really good because it doesn't depend if the enemy is a villain, it depends if they have crit rate debuff. You'll see why. Skill 2, 350 damage to an enemy. Skills deal additional 50 damage %. So all skills deal additional 50% damage for 3 turns. Wow. Wow, 50% damage extra. Okay. The skill 1, inflict 350 damage to one enemy, low chance to burn, which is always good for 3 turns. When using a chain successfully, reduce enemy crit rate by 20% for 3 turns. Now, you're gonna have to pay attention on the chain, you're gonna have to tap properly, but if you get the debuff, then this does 40% extra damage. 700 and deal additional 40% damage. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Reduce enemy crit rate also by 20% for 3 turns, which is always good because they can still crit, but it's gonna be lower chances and they do less damage if they don't crit, right? Passive, the first passive, when HP is more than 50%, increase speed by 30%, that's not bad at all. Speed is always important in the game. Fill plus Ultra Gauge by 30% at the start of the battle. So you get 30% Ultra Gauge at the start of the battle. The other passive, when HP is less than 50%, increase power by 40% at the start of each wave, reduce enemy power by 20% for 3 turns. So he has crit rate debuff, attack debuff for the opponent. He has Ultra Gauge up for himself with the passive. He has crit rate debuff here in the skill 1. He does extra damage if they have crit rate debuff here. And then skill 2 give the skills additional damage, 50% additional damage for 3 turns. That's a lot of damage. He has a low chance of burning, he's a low chance and he's a single target, so yeah, it's always good to have it, but it's not gonna be that impactful, I don't think. But the damage he's gonna do, ooh, that's gonna be big as well. Now, Todoroki, War Heroes mission Todoroki plus Ultra Skill, inflict 600 damage to one enemy, high chance to freeze, so high chance to freeze, it's probably gonna freeze it. And medium chance to restrain the enemy. If you guys didn't know, constrain, wait, it's probably the same because it has the same icon, cannot perform any action. The enemy cannot move unless they defeat Todoroki before it's their turn, and then they can move, but otherwise they cannot move. It's medium chance, it's not bad at all. Skill 2, 225 damage to all enemy, low chance to burn. Now here is a low chance like Bakugo, but it's an AoE, so it's probably gonna land on one of them. 3 turn, all allied skill deal an additional 30% damage for 3 turn. That's really good. 30% extra damage for your whole team. It's an AoE, low chance of burning, AoE, and also additional damage 30% for 3 turn for your whole team. Skill 1 is a 300 damage to one enemy, medium chance to freeze, medium chance is not bad, for 1 turn. When using a chain successfully, all allies gain 30% damage cards for 3 turn. So it makes your allies, your whole team, tankier or harder to kill. Also, one of the passive, when you start a wave, all allies gain 3 turn burn resistance buff, so they cannot get burned. And at the start of each wave, increase power by 40%, which is really good because there's a lot of waves. There's at least 2 waves, right? Straight out of the game, there's 2 waves, so you get 40% increased power. Also, the other pass increased power by 40%. There is a pro hero ally on the team, so you might. Okay, so if there is a villain on the opponent team, that doesn't depend on you, but this depends on you because you can put a pro hero in your team and he gets 40% extra power just by that. Now, are these units good? I think that honestly, I think all 3 of them are pretty good. Now, Midoriya, Bakugo, they're just damage dealers. They have a lot of extra damage. Midori does damage based on speed. He has a speed buff. He has a lot of plus ultra gauge fill with passive, with skill 1. Increased crit rate as well with the passive. He has the grit. It's not gonna be that easy to kill. Even if they do so, it can last one extra turn because of the grit. I feel like it's good. I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like 700% damage is really high, and the damage based on speed as well is gonna be really helpful here because he's gonna get the speed buff anyway. He's gonna get the plus ultra skill up really quickly because he's gonna get 50% ultra gauge like straight away pretty much, and I feel like it's gonna be pretty good. He's a damage dealer, that's all it is though. It doesn't bring anything else to the table. He does increase his ultra gauge by himself. He has grit, which is gonna save himself. Increased crit rate is gonna be for himself as well. So it's a little bit of a selfish unit, if you will, but he's gonna do a lot of damage. He's a damage dealer, that's all it is. But it looks like a good damage dealer. Bakugo also gonna be a good damage dealer. Is gonna be a damage dealer, but I like the fact that it does 40% extra damage based on the debuff you land on the opponent. Now Midoriya could do 40% extra damage if they're villain. That you can't change it, but you can land the crit rate debuff with skill 1 with Bakugo. It's gonna do 40% extra damage. The skill 2 increase the damage of the skills by 50% for 3 turns as well. He has a little bit of burn. He has ultra gauge up at the start of the battle. He has speed buff as well, and attack break for the opponent with the passive. Damage dealer as well. He decreased the crit rate and attack power of the opponents though, so it makes your team harder to be killed. So it kinda helps your whole team as well. He's a damage dealer, he's gonna do a lot of damage. He's a damage dealer, but the crit rate debuff and attack debuff is gonna be really good. Because the opponent is gonna do a lot less damage, right? So it's gonna be good. I feel like they're both damage dealer. They don't bring too much to the table beside the big damage, but I feel like Bakugo has better ways to get additional damage because it depends on you. The villain thing, it's a bit annoying, so it's gonna be more niche, and Bakugo you can just use him because you're gonna land the crit rate debuff here if you press on time on the top button, but it's gonna do extra damage. I feel like Bakugo again is a little bit better than Midoriya in my opinion, but do let me know if you disagree with that. Now Todoroki is a little different. It's not gonna do as much damage as the other two, but it brings so much to the table. He has freeze on the ultra skill, which is a high chance, and the restraint on the ultra skill, which is a medium chance, which is not bad. He has skill 2, which is an AoE with low chance of burning, but is an AoE, so it's probably gonna land it, and does skill deal additional damage for your whole team by 30% with skill 2. Skill 1 also has medium chance of freezing, and then he has damage cut for all the party, for all the team. So, you know, they're gonna take less damage. He has burn resistance buff, increased power by 40% as well at the start of each wave, and also if you have a pro hero in your team, his attack power is gonna increase by 40%. I feel like Todoroki again is better than the other two, or I mean, he is a bit different because he's a CC unit, but overall he brings a lot more to the table than the other two. If you need a damage dealer in your team, probably one of the two are gonna be better, but overall I feel like Todoroki looks really good. Really good. Freeze, burn, restrain, additional damage for your whole party, damage cut for your whole party, burn resistant for your party, increased power by 40% for himself. It looks really annoying to deal with. The other two are gonna do a lot of damage. So is the banner worth going for? Overall, I think they're pretty good units. If you need a damage dealer, both Bakugo and Midoriya are gonna be pretty good. I feel like that the percentage on the plus ultra is really high. They have a lot of, they brings few things to the table. But I'm a fan of CC units, so I prefer Todoroki. I feel like Todoroki is really, really good. The other two are pretty good damage dealers, but that's all they are. That's all they are. Guys, let me know in the comment below if you're gonna go for this banner. I think it's gonna be a decent banner though overall. Let me know if you're gonna go for it, and let me know who you think is the best unit out of the War Hero Missions characters. Guys, that's gonna be it for the video. I wanted to make it shorter, but I didn't. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye everybody, take care guys, stay safe, bye.